place. And can I tell you, when you find yourself in drowning situation, you got to remember who brought you to where you are. Do I have a witness in here? When you find yourself in difficult situations, you got to remember who brought you to where you are today. And I want to pause for a few moments. Did you hear what I said? I want to pause for a few moments and give you an opportunity to remember what the Lord has done for you in January. I want to pause and give you a moment to remember what the Lord has done for you in February. Remember what he's done in March. Remember what he's done in April. Remember what he's done in May. Remember what he's done in June. Remember what he's done in July. Remember what he's done in August. Remember what he's done in September, October, and November. Can you remember what he's done in December, the 26th day? All of you are witnesses that he woke you up this morning, clothes you in your right mind. You got a roof over your head, clothes on your back, shoes on your feet. Did you hear what I said? And I want to pause to give you an opportunity to give God praise for what he's already done. You ought to be reminded of what he's already done. I bid you farewell, but I also got one more thing to tell you. I want to tell you that storms are not only God's means of transportation, not only is it God's means of testing, but it's also God's means of testimony. Because when they got back to the ship, the boys in the ship looked and said, truly, this is the Son of God. And I want to know, is there anybody here? Can you testify that the Lord is who he is? Can you begin to praise him and worship him, not for what he's done, but because of who he is? Who is he? He's Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. He's the chief cornerstone, a wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's a hematologist, ophthalmologist, dermatologist, rheumatologist, a cardiologist, and a psychiatrist. He's a healer, he's a physician, he's God, and God all by himself. I got to leave you alone, but I close in with a little story. A story is told about a father and a son that set out on the trip. They were riding in the automobile. Can I tell y'all what happened? They had a car pulled over on the side, flagged the car down, and said, excuse me, would you please pull over because there's a storm up ahead. Son said, Daddy, what you want to do? He said, keep on driving. Can I tell y'all, they got a little further up the road, and when they got up the road, they saw another vehicle flagging them down and saying, excuse me, sir, would you pull over? I heard on the radio that there's a storm up ahead. I'm closing when I tell you. He said, Daddy, what you want to do? And he said, keep it in drive. They kept it in drive. And when they got to their destination, the father said, son, get out the car. There's something that I want to show you. He said, all right, Daddy. He said, look around. We got a testimony that nobody else have. He said, what's that, Daddy? I've been through the storm and rain, but I made it. I have to suffer heartache and pain, but I made it. Is there anybody here? Can you give God praise? Because the rocks are harmony. Kept it in drive. The friendly five. Kept it in drive. The spiritualists. Kept it in drive. Give God praise because they kept it in drive. Look at somebody and say, keep it in drive. I got one question, and my question is, ain't God all right? Can I hear you say yes? Can I hear you say yes? Yeah!